With all this time being on YouTube, I have noticed a lot of questions being repeated to me. So I decided to actually make a frequently asked questions video to hopefully help some people with their answers. Some of these are questions that are asked a lot. The others were Twitter questions when I asked you guys what FAQ questions you want to see. The first question is, where do I get this hidden part? Now this question gets asked a surprising amount of times. The thing is, often I do not recall where I got certain hidden parts. However, the main way I look up on how to find hidden parts is using GameFAQs. The guides there are very accurate and help me out on all AC games I needed help finding parts. The only issue you might get is finding some Last Raven portable only parts, as a lot of parts were hidden parts in 3 and Silent Line portable. Their names are completely different and there's no guide online showing what they changed into in Last Raven. But more than 95% of the time, GameFAQs will be enough. The second question is, what does Buster TBM stand for? TBM stands for the Biomecha. It was always meant to be interpreted in two ways. One being a human with mechanical parts added, kind of like a cyborg. The bio representing the human and the mecha representing, well, mechanical parts. The second interpretation will be something like an armored core, with a human piloting inside. As for the Buster in my name, it just sounded cool. There literally was no reason for that part of my name. The third question is, how do I make videos? This is a very frequent question that I get that I actually already made a video for. The video for this is linked in the description. The fourth question is, when will you do face cam? This is something I am not planning to ever do. Call me old-fashioned, but I actually really value my privacy. I do not own a Facebook account or any other kind of social media, though I do have a Twitter. Hell, even googling my real life name yields no results. I am sorry for people who somehow want to try and get a closer bond with me using something like Facecam. The fifth question is, what is my own favorite video on my channel? Now that is an easy one to answer. I got two videos in mind. My How to Play Last Raven series and my Choose Your Own Adventure video. Both took a lot of time, planning and love to be finished. I am so happy with them both that I actually rewatch those videos myself at times. If somehow another YouTuber ever does a reaction video on my Choose Your Own Adventure video, I would not even be mad. I would then be able to see what people think of it and see people's approach to the story and their reasoning. Both videos are in the description of this video. The sixth question is, what is my opinion on Generation 5? Oh boy, this question. I am almost afraid to answer this one, as I'm afraid I will be stepping on other people's toes that do like this. Now don't get me wrong, I do not hate Generation 5 or its fans. They are solid games that clearly have a fan base. But for myself, they do not feel like the Armored Core games that I grew to love. It is not a case of me not giving it a chance. I have a lot of times in the past checked out the 5th generation multiple times. My mindset every time I checked the 5th generation out again would be, maybe I was not in the right state of mind, maybe I will like it now. But every time I revisit, I'm just not into it. I got a whole laundry list of reasons why, but I feel like I'm stepping on enough toes as it is already. Just know that I do respect the generation. It's just not my thing. I'm sorry. The 7th question is, what is my opinion on Generation 4? Another generation question, and not the last one, but I'll try to answer it as best as I can. Generation 4 is awesome. I absolutely do love it. The changes to mechanics were great. You feel highly powerful and it's just an overall fun experience. It is, however, not my favorite of the franchise. It's a solid generation. I can completely see why people consider this their favorite. I myself just prefer the slightly less overpowered style of Armored Cores without the quick boosting. But for what it is, I loved playing them. The 8th question is, why do I love Generation 3 so much? And I'll combine it a bit with the why do I love Last Raven so much question. Generation 3 to me is exactly like Generation 1 and 2. If Generation 3 did not exist, I'm sure 1 or 2 would have been my favorites. However, Generation 3 to me feels like a much more defined version of Generation 1 and 2. The gameplay is still the same, but the presentation, the parts, the gameplay, the story, everything feels improved. And then finally, reaching Last Raven, you get in my opinion the best way of presenting the story. Last Raven had the most parts in the franchise, tons of reference to the old games, and a sequel to a story I already loved, being Nexus. which already was a sequel to Silent Lion and 3. Generation 3 had a good progressive story that concluded on a high note, with a really high difficulty near the end to send the generation off. For more details why I love Last Raven, there's a video about it in the description. The 9th and final question is, will I ever do a Let's Play of Last Raven? The thing is, I am highly doubtful I will. I am practically already doing a Let's Play of Last Raven constantly with the AC requests. At this point, there's not really much else to really see me go through, other than making my usual ACs and then handling Last Raven missions like normal. Unless somehow there's a massive amount of people that ask me to Let's Play Last Raven, I'll make the assumption that my answer will be no. Well, these were the frequently asked questions answered. I hope if you had any of these questions for me that you are happy with it being answered now. Thanks for listening and have yourself a good day.